welcome to day 10 of PODMAS for the Autism Mommy podcast. This is your girl, Steffi Kiss. If you don't know what PODMAS is, it is where I, your host, will be releasing mini episodes every day leading up until Christmas, where I will give you sneak peeks of topics you can expect to hear on the upcoming Autism Mommy podcast. And today we are talking about fears. Ooh. I'm so fucking corny. Oh my God. But I'm trying to provide some levity into this conversation early because I feel like it might get a little emotional. But I'm going to be very honest with y'all today. I am the most scaredy cat ass bitch you will ever meet. And I don't like scary movies. I don't like being anywhere dark. It just ain't for me. But today I want to talk about those real fears. The one you don't even want to say out loud. But since potting has turned into a makeshift therapy for me, I think I'm ready to share. I was way more fearless before I was a mother. For example, I've been on Nitro in Six Flags Great Adventure, the one in Jersey, a million times. And if you're not familiar with Nitro, it's basically a roller coaster that has a lot of like steep hills and drops or whatever. But the only thing securing you to your seat is a fucking pole. Okay, there's no seatbelts. There's nothing over your shoulders. Like, you're not really strapped in. It's just a pole and inertia holding you in your seat, right? And that, after I had Ethan, it scared me then, but I was just like, fuck it. I'm a bad bitch. I'm gonna just get on this shit. Nobody be dying. After I had my kid, you could not pay me to get on that shit. And I feel like I've heard so many other mothers say that. I had a friend of mine tell me that she got so petrified after having her kid to get on planes. Like, flying was just something like she would have to take like a Valium before she got on a flight because her anxiety would just go off the roof. And that's wild to me. But after I had Ethan, my anxiety also went up to 1,000. And I legit could not get on that ride even if you paid me. It's so weird. But I said all that to say this, that when you are a mom, you live with an inherent fear. And being an autism mom, my number one fear is what will happen to my son once I'm gone. And as a single mom, I feel like this is amplified even more because all I can think about is, what if I don't wake up in the morning? Who is going to find Ethan? How long will he be alone and not knowing what's going wrong with me? Whew. I told you it was going to get deep, y'all. Will he try to leave the house and get lost? Even prepping for this episode, I had tears in my eyes. I'm literally reading my notes with tears in my eyes like I didn't cry about this already. I'll never forget, in the height of COVID, this fear was palpable inside of me, to the point that I had told my best friend to check on me every day. And if I didn't answer the phone or open the door, she had the right to break in. And it was a fear, and I didn't even get sick. I never even got COVID during COVID. Like, that wasn't a thing. And I was just so petrified that not only would my son be alone in the house because something happened to me, but also what would come of him once I wasn't here anymore. It was a scary time. And even though COVID calmed down, my fear, it really didn't. Even now, when I randomly get these thoughts, I set my home security alarm just in case, if I'm hurt or incapable of moving or straight up, no longer here. If he tries to open the door, someone will be notified. Whew. It's hard to live with these fears of the what if, right? Because that's what it is. What if something happens? What if Ethan has to fend for himself? What if, what if, what if, what if, what if? And I'm just going to share with you some tips that I use in order to get past these intrusive thoughts. Um, it's almost like getting past little anxiety attacks. And first and foremost, I would say breathe. Focus on your breath. If possible, fresh air is the best. Even when I lived in the Bronx, I would open a window and stick my head out if I couldn't just take a walk, especially during COVID. Like, who was going outside? But breathing, focusing on your breath, knowing that you are inhaling and you are exhaling and your body is doing what it is supposed to do. Just focus on that. Think about it. Count your breaths. Just sit still and breathe. Breathing will always help. Also in drinking water. I swear whenever I feel an anxiety attack coming on, I'm looking for water. I'm like, okay, I need to drink water. I need to drink water. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm a Cancer and a water sign. Water is just healing for me. But breathing and drinking water will always help calm me down. Number 2, distract your thoughts. The best way for me is to call someone, anyone. I wouldn't talk about what I was feeling at the moment, but instead I would ask them about their day and really listen and shift my thoughts enough to calm down, engage in a conversation, talk about the latest gossip, talk about what's going on in TV, talk about anything and everything that can get your mind away from what you are anxious about. You need to distract yourself, because I don't know about y'all, but once I fall into a panic or an anxiety attack and my mind is racing, I'm coming up with all of these scenarios of what can go wrong and how this will go wrong. And I'm not trying to manifest none of that. I'm not trying to manifest none of that at all. So try to distract yourself. If I can't speak to someone on the phone, because, everybody has lives. Everybody's life does not revolve around mine. And while I have, quite a few people that I can get on the phone, sometimes it's just not possible. So I would actually re-listen to a podcast with both AirPods in, okay? Preferably a comedy pod or some sort of Harry Potter podcast that can just calm me down. There's something about having someone else's voice in your head that, again, can distract you from your own intrusive thoughts, especially when you've heard it before or it's about a topic you're highly familiar with. Take Harry Potter, for example. I love Harry Potter. If you don't know, now you know. I am a Potterhead. I'm waiting for my Hogwarts letter. I know it just got lost in the mail. It's fine. I will be there once the owl comes through my window. But once I feel like I need to be distracted, I will put on Binge Mode Harry Potter or Potter List. Those are 2 podcasts that I love, and just start listening to an episode. I know what to expect. There's no surprises. They make me laugh. And like I said, just having those voices in my head instead of my own voice in my head really has a calming effect on me. Again, I am no professional and I'm only sharing what works for me. I will always and forever recommend therapy or counseling, but these are just some ways to get through it in the moment. Remember, anxiety is literally all in your head, so be kind to yourself. And as always,
bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job.